What's going on, y'all? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this album review of Face Forever called World of Crime. Y'all should know who Face Forever is if you check out my last review I did called Raw, R-A-W. If you had liked the review of that one, then this one is probably gonna be even better. So y'all know who Face Forever is. I don't need to do an introduction. This album was originally released back in 1996. This is the re-release version that I have that came out in 2020 under Southwest Enterprise. Now I had to go through the dirt to get this CD because they had like a limited edition of the amount. It sold out. So I had to buy it from a third-party seller. So luckily I got it for a decent price, and this is the real deal. You already see I reviewed this one. And then I'm gonna tell y'all the people who made the beats for the album. The producers of this album was Coke, Matrix, Ezell Swing, Mike Dog, Rollin, and Widow Spartville. Those are all the producers that made the beats for this album. And the features, I'll give y'all the features of each track and which I'm about to do. Now, if you can pay attention to how this look, they pretty much got all the credits for the album or for the tracks. So let's go with the songs now. The first one is called All for the Money.
For the love of money, people steal from their mother. For the love of money, people kill their own brother. People don't tell it.
Vocals that sing on the hook is Edward West and Byron Anderson. So this song starts off really nice. Hook is really catchy. JS starts off with a pretty good verse.
7 figures got the entire world in the days. Niggas out of control, selling they fucking soul, trying to get paid. Nowadays, these niggas be grabbing their K's over their cheese. The game is spreading quick as a fucking disease. Niggas on their knees screaming, God, please take the pressure. Before a nigga be broke, he'd rather be dead. A nigga sick.
And then Big Nut comes through with a really good verse as well. And they pretty much rapping about the evil that people do for the money. They'll kill, they'll rob, they'll steal, they'll do whatever it takes to get that money, man. And the content of the song is deep, but it's also understandable. And then the second part of the song, they come through with like tennis verse, so they rapping like back and forth.
Watching my back for them cutthroats and killers. 96 car was taking you out before them real niggas. Smuggling cream, got a nigga scuffling. Busting that any nigga in my pack, cause I'm struggling. Broke, so I'm hustling.
Been on a mission for 22 years.
Like a really dope way to start off this album here. The next one is called Survival. This features Crazy.
Survival of the fittest. You always got to be the one that's quickest. Never let nothing stop you from handling your business. If it's got to be your fucking murder, you got to be the one behind the trigger. Cause jealous niggas is all.
This is a nice laid back track. JS comes through with a pretty good verse. Crazy goes in with a really nice verse.
Son, you shook, cause ain't no place here for halfway crook. God was scared to death, so you took. But I'm running, adversaries get done it. Body bags getting filled, cats peel, niggas left. Red rum and living hot style. Running with my clan, never a Glock down ever. Rough Era's where I lay in face forever, so whatever.
He raps in a crazy way. He named himself that for a reason. Big Nut comes in with a pretty dope verse. Overall, it's a really nice track for these guys. The next one is Face Forever. That's the actual name of the track.
So I choose live my life with no remorse, even no stress. Sending my adversaries down the barrel of my Smith & West. Cause life got my vision blurry, but I don't X Y. I just stay high, surviving this game without a worry until I'm buried. I'm gonna be busted. Jealousy got me strapped. This nigga stand fearing nothing. Now I be crushing the enemy, smoking and drinking the Hennessy.
This is a pretty up-tempo track, pretty faster track. JS and Big Nut comes in with some pretty good verses. They rapping like really fast on here, you know what I'm saying? Coming through with some really dope flows. You know what I don't like about this song? it don't last long. It's one of them songs, I don't think it's any more than 2 minutes. But again, they rapping fast like a mug on this. The next one is called Ridin Dirty. This is a Big Nut solo.
I'm riding dirty on an all-night flight. I got my heat under my seat, about to take a nigga life when the day turns night. I'm like your deepest fucking fear. I'm the shadow you trying to sex that creeping from the rear.
This track is really dope, man. It sounds really eerie. It almost kind of reminds me of like a video game a little bit. Like I thought I heard it on a game that I played before, but it's eerie as heck. Big Nut come through with some dope flows.
Bitch him, I gotta split him cause he slipping. Shattered his glass, nigga, watch me get him. Spot my victim at the corner store in the hood. Flaunting this bank, grab my 9, I want his good. Seek to talk, cause my mission is to destroy this figure. Strip him, dismiss him in the river if the plane deliver. Cause when the night fall, jumped in the ride, turned the light so. Snatched the nigga that shine the chrome is what he sold.
This is probably one of my personal favorites off of the album, man. Like, and it's also an up-tempo track as well. And I like that hook. The hook is pretty catchy. The next one is called Rollin in My Ride. This features Legend Man.
Rolling in my ride, I'm getting by, thugging all day long. Yeah. Trying to stay alive and to survive for another gangsta song. Rolling in my ride, I'm getting by, thugging all day long.
Bobby, Edward West, and Ezell Swing, they sing the vocals on this song. And the track is pretty good, man. It's nice, laid back. JS rolls through with a really nice verse. Legend Man comes in with a pretty nice verse as well.
See where I'm from? All I see is fiction. Homies dying every year, it's like it's tradition. Partners used to holler, now they stare and go. I used to get some love, but love ain't there no more. I wanna know, what's my chance of living? I always ask forgiveness, but should I be forgiven?
Big Nut comes through with a pretty good verse. Overall, this is a nice little single that they came out with. And again, I love that hook. This is probably one of those tracks so you can like drive your car. Like if you driving a good little distance, this would be a nice song to play while you're driving and vibing. You know what I'm saying? Really nice track for them. The next one is Product and Revenue.
Gotta be $1 million nigga, nothing less. Fuck the stress, it's all about them out the modes and Moët, Beamers and Lex. Gotta be the nigga with 7-figure checks, smoking guns from east to west.
Honestly, this is probably like my least favorite on the album, but it's still pretty nice though. Big Nut comes in with a pretty nice verse. JS rolls in with a pretty good verse.
I fly, the more I look at my clock, I ski. Crime rules, everything around my block, you know what I mean? All I see is green, ain't thinking about getting caught. I'm going all out, ain't taking no sauce, ain't taking no loss. I'm off into the fucking streets to get mine. Keeping my heat discreet, it's just me and my 9, I'm deep into crime.
Overall, I think it's probably the beat that kind of like lack for this track here. But if you into this type of track, then I'm sure you'll like it. But for me, I thought this is probably one of the weaker songs off of the album. The next one is called World of Crime, and this features Edward West on the vocals.
The motherfucking world is mine. The motherfucking world is crime. But my motherfucking world is crime. The motherfucking world is crime. The world is mine. The motherfucking world is crime.
Now this track right here, I love this one right here. I love it. This is probably one of my personal favorites off of the album. That beat is so dope. I don't know if that's like cowbells or something like that in the background, the beat, but this one is dope, man. Big Nut comes through with a pretty dope verse.
And it's making me turn to Hennessy to help me think. But when I drink, I feel my thoughts start to sink and try to focus on a way for me to stay alive. But I keep focusing on nothing but my 45. You see, my world is crime. Affiliated with niggas that know for packing 9s and know for doing time.
And then JS rolls in with a dope verse. I can play this song all day, man, to be honest. This is an amazing track. Matter of fact, I remember when I first heard this specific song on YouTube years ago, and I was like, man, it's a dang on shame that tracks like these won't get recognized, man. And I definitely love the hook as well. Like, it's on some hardcore stuff, and the way they flowing across this song, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all would definitely appreciate this one right here.
never lieutenant, so every minute I scheme to be that nigga controlling the cream, but I gotta seem lower than I am, cause too many envious eyes trying to see Jacan, trying to see grams and dead presidents.
The next one is called Face to Face, and this is a JS solo.
I see the vision of a face, black male standing about 5'6". My eyes get locked on to this unfamiliar object. I know I saw his face before, but where? Looking in his eyes, wanna turn my head, but I just stare at this figure. Could it be a nigga that's my enemy? Another black male on earth trying to put an end to me?
Guess what? It's another dope track for me, man. JS is rolling in, telling a nice story about a specific person. You gotta hear the song to see what's going on here, and it's a really dark track as well. The production side is dope as heck, man. And another thing I don't like about this song, it don't last long. It's always like that. Why is it always a track that I really love don't last long? But regardless, I think this is another dope track that I think y'all gonna love as well. This is one of my personal favorites also off of the album.
But even with my 9 up to his dome, I still can't find myself bringing no harm to this fucking black male. Damn, he look familiar, but I'm too close to ever think of turning back so deep that I can feel his heart pumping like it was my own. And suddenly I feel a chill as if it was grown, but now that can't be.
Y'all know I love storytelling. The next one is Shed No Tears. This features Legend Man, Crazy, and then Byron Anderson is singing on the hook.
Shed no tears because I'm free from the pain that's got me. So when I die, just let me be because my soul is free.
It starts off with a little sample from Menace to Society, as you can hear. I'm loving this track right here, man. I mean, this is probably another one of my personal favorites off of the album. JS rolls in with a really good verse, and then Legend Man comes through with a dope verse. I love the way he starts off on there.
Oh, we can become tight. I ain't trusting that, it's vital. When a diamond die in a gunfight, busting at rivals. A nigga was about them bucks, so I slung drugs on the cuts. I'm pro love, showing nuts to the young thugs. Enemies running happy, kill them all with lead. Them bitches are coming at me, kill them all to the dead. They claiming they wanna kill me.
And then Crazy comes in with a dope verse as well. And then Big Nut comes in with a dope verse. And I know I keep saying dope verse, but that's how dope it is, man. And then Stress, a rapper named Stress, comes in with a really nice vocals as well.
So if I die, you best believe I die with dignity. But as for now, ain't no nigga don't be killing me. Cause if you slip up or trip up, I let this 9 hit up. Prepare yourself to be toe tagged and zipped up. Niggas can't find us, the best stay behind us. Cause we smuggle diamonds from Guyana all the way back to North Carolina.
And that beat is bumping out the frame, man. I said this, like, this, if you listen to the first part of the song, you won't like it. But once that beat kicks in, I mean, that thing just goes off, man. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all would like this track. Wicked Eyes.
In the eyes of the wicked. In the eyes of the wicked.
This is a nice track right here. It sounds a little creepy if you really hear it. Like, Big Nut comes through with a nice verse.
Lead you through this maze with no escaping of my premises. And even if you think I dodged my bullets, there's no escaping me because I'm nemesis. A mad dog with a strong bite. I'm dangerous like Freddy with my fucking 9 on my same night.
And then JS also comes through with a nice verse. This is a really nice track though overall. You know, Wicked Eyes. You can see what the evil that people do, or maybe them. You know what I'm saying? But overall though, this is a pretty good track from these guys. And then the last one is called Never Say Die.
You gotta be a fucking soldier. Never say die, never say die. Live your life with no mercy in your eyes. Gotta be a fucking soldier. Never say die, never say die. Live your life with no mercy in your eyes.
One thing I can say about this song, the hook is really catchy, man. Big Nut comes through with a dope verse, and JS also comes through with a dope verse. And this is kind of like an up-tempo track.
Too many fakes got me taking unnecessary chances. I'm busting the niggas behind taking unnecessary glances on the edge, hoping that I know the fucking ledge. Cause I keep hearing these voices in my head saying the world's out to get me, but it's gonna take a nation of millions to stop the killing when I start taking them with me. Lord forgive me
for these guys. And then the second part of the song, they're like kind of switching verses. I call it tennis verses. They switching back and forth, rapping and all that good stuff.
But the next better be a smart nigga, cause wicked niggas that blink, I be your grave nigga.
Some niggas be talking that shit about a bitch from my way back, but stay back, cause dropping them on your ass don't take shit because I
It's
stay
drastic
back.
fucking time, so I keep my fucking mind on my mission. That to any nigga trying to fuck with my position on earth.
And they rolling through with some really fast flows on here. It's definitely a nice way to end off this album. So, that's all the songs that I review for this album. I pretty much review all of it, or maybe except one. I want to say shout out to Tanya Jarvis. She was singing on one of the songs. To give a rating for this album out of a 10, I would give this one a solid 9 out of 10. And for those that may say this is a classic album, I'll vouch for that as well. Face Forever overall come through with some really dope verses throughout the album, and the production side is really on point. The only thing that kind of throws me off sometimes is the singing on the hook. They still pull through though. I would definitely recommend this to y'all if y'all love fast flows, if y'all love, because they're from Louisiana. So if y'all love that type of flow that been going on like in the 90s, y'all would definitely love this album with a passion. And I can honestly go as far as to say, if you're a down south fan, I think this is definitely a must for y'all to get, man. This is probably one of the hardest albums that I've heard in a minute. This album here is not on the stream, so if you try to look for it on the streams, you won't find it. You will have to either listen to it on YouTube, or hopefully you can find this album. And the re-release version isn't really that expensive, but if you try to get the original release that came out in '96, good luck. I think it's out there, but it's hella expensive. So that's why I wind up getting the re-release version. Shout out to Face Forever for coming through with a dope album. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they ever came out with anything else after this one, sadly. It's sad that albums like these won't really get out there in the spotlight like that, you know, because at this time of era, there was a lot of dope rappers, artists that was coming out around this time. So I know I'm missing a lot more when it comes to these dope artists that came out around this time. So shout out to all the features, shout out to all the producers and all that good stuff. Much love to the real folks, and I'll be on here back with another review. All right, peace out, guys.
The reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the reviewer, the reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the review.